Hey everybody, my name is Ashley Rush, and I'm an independent creative memories advisor located in North Carolina. It is so good to be back with you guys this week. I'm not sure if you are aware, if you're not following me on my Facebook or Instagram, but I was actually out of town last week. I was on vacation with my family. It was much needed break, but I missed chatting with you guys on Tuesday night when my video went live. So I'm so excited to be back here and to be chatting live with each and every single one of you. Now my last two videos have been a little less creative and more on the tech side and the organization side, and all good and important things, but it's time to get our creative juices flowing. And I am back this week with a fan favorite video series, how to use your scraps. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm going to be just using strips of paper to create beautiful layouts. To create this project, you are going to need a pile of coordinating scraps. They don't all need to come from the same collection, but they should at least, go together. I have a pile of scraps from the brand new Happy Hauntings collection. Some of my strips are about 1/2 inch wide, some are close to 1 inch, and I have a couple that are 4 inches wide. You will also need a piece of cardstock, paper, or a refill page to build your page on. I am going to be using just plain black cardstock. You'll also need a tape runner to put this all together. I am going to be using repositionable because, as you guys know, I am a little bit finicky and I change my mind a lot. So with my repositionable, I will be able to change things around. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. As always, when working with scraps, I find it easiest to either sort by size or maybe by color or pattern or both. So I know right off the bat, I have these 2 big 4-inch chunks. I think these were left over from some cards I made. And then let's pull out, I've got some 1/2-inch strips and some 1-inch strips. All right, so now I have sorted by size. It might also make sense to sort by pattern as well, making sure that I'm getting a representation of each pattern. Let's see. Sometimes you just know you're not going to use a pattern. Like here on the reverse of these bats, I have this kind of cool white mummy wrapping, but it is so light compared to everything else, so I'm probably not going to use it. When that's the case, you can just flip those over. All right, I'm going to try a little bit of both. So I've sorted by size and pattern here, and then the 1-inch strips I'm just gonna leave in a big messy pile and see what happens. Does that sound good to you guys? All right, the first thing I'm gonna do is take 1 strip and start it at my base. Now these strips, they're not going to be touching. I'm going to want to leave some gaps in between to let the base paper show. I think I'm gonna pick a loud, bright pattern to serve as the base stripe, just because, for example, I think I'm going to start with this faux glitter paper. If you know me in real life, I hate glitter, but I like fake glitter paper because it's just so bright and shiny looking without the rough, textured, bumpy mess. But even though this piece coordinates with all of the other patterns, it just kind of sticks out. So if I were to have it somewhere in the middle, it would, I think, draw too much attention away. But if you have it at the top or the bottom, it's just enough to sort of anchor your page. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this shiny, fake piece of paper to anchor my page. Now guys, as you can see, I got really brave. I went ahead and went straight into putting my adhesive on this stripe. The joy of the repositionable is if I decide I don't like the way things are arranged, I can go back and pick it up and rearrange it. But I think from now on, I'm going to start building my stripes, working out my spacing, and then I will come through and use my repositionable. So once you have, and this is a 1/2 inch strip, by the way. Once you've picked your first, then we're going to go ahead and use our next. So this is where I'm going to pull in this 4-inch chunky piece. And I'm just going to have that go next. Again, making sure to leave a little bit of some spacing in between. And now I'm just going to sort of alternate, bringing in different patterns, different size strips, and we'll see what we come up with. So if we did teeny, big, let's do a medium stripe. And I don't think I want to do like oranges. Well, and I don't want to do this because it's right there. So I'm going to pull in this guy. And now maybe I can go really dark. So I could either pull in, I've got this like black stripe, or excuse me, or I've got like these bats, and then it's deciding whether I want to go 1 inch or skinny. So I think I'm going to try this little 1/2 inch piece. And then I think it's time to go chunky again. And we've had like our bright, dark, dark. So we could go bright again. Maybe something in this family. Okay, I'm liking that. And then I'm going to throw another dark one down. Let's see. We've already used that pattern and that, so that kind of leaves this one. Then we can go super dark. And we haven't done a skinny in a while. I think I'm gonna sort of start repeating this pattern just because I like it. But again, I'm not gonna pull that glittery piece in again just because it is so bright. But we're gonna go skinny this time. And then since we did thick, skinny, skinny, now I'll do a thick of the bat. I think that leaves us for room for one skinny little strip. And again, if we're repeating the pattern, then it calls for this sort of bright orange moon pattern. And there we go. So you're almost creating your own brand new sort of paper pattern look, sort of a textile look. If you aren't happy with how your pattern turned out, you feel free to rearrange things, flip things over, just explore your different patterns. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down because I am very happy with the distribution of colors here, distribution of patterns. I think I did a fairly good job, so round of applause to me. And guys, I would like to point out, I didn't change my mind one time. I just did it. I know that my indecisiveness can be a little irksome to some of you, but it's who I am, so I just have to go with it. Right? And there we go. We have finished the base of this new page. Now, I have quite a few stripes left. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. So I have just enough to do another page. So let's go ahead and do another one. I'm going to do this one, I think I might, let's see if I have the exact same, because I think I could do this the same way except mirrored. Oh, look at that. I have exactly what I need. Mine are +1 extra strip, whatever you want to call it. So let's go ahead and build another one, except this time I think I want to build it upside down, which aside from this one pattern, everything else is fairly non-directional. This one would need to be in a proper direction, although if you cover it up, you probably wouldn't even notice so much. So let's go ahead and build another one in the opposite direction. I'm going to flip this one upside down to sort of remind me how to do it. I'm actually going to keep this one right side up to sort of help with some spacing. But I'm going to throw it a bit off camera. All right, second base page done. So you can work on these side by side, making a really fun multi-pattern sort of busy page. This way I have my stripes all going in the same direction. Again, depending upon the directional patterns of your strips of paper, you can play around with switching the directions. Again, I did... as opposed to having them all heavy on one side, I decided I'm flipping them upside down. So I'm going to work on them like this. Now it's time to add some photo mats. Now photo mats are really fun. They can really change the entire vibe of your layout depending upon which color you use. So for example, if I were to use like orange or even black, it's going to make this this layout like darken up. But if I want to brighten it, because remember I've got 2 little girls, what about using like a light? This is our brand new ice purple, and that just really kind of brightens everything up, makes it a little more fun. So I'm going to go with that. So these are 4.5 by 6.5 inch square or rectangles. I do have some like 4.5 inch squares, which are great. So here you can see I've got room for 4 matted photos. You can put full 4x6s here. 4x4s would go in these squares. And then, so that is all of the mats I have in those colors. But you could continue and keep matting if you like. I wouldn't do this color combination per se, but there is room here for 2 additional 4x6 photos, either matted or not. And then here you've got room for titles and journaling. You could do something like a little smaller and journal and title here, maybe that way. Or you could just use some sticker clustering here because you do have like a nice big chunk. So I'm going to pull out my Happy Hauntings designer stickers. Just kind of looking at some of our title type stickers from the collection. I like this Happy Haunting little banner. It brings in some of those purples, especially from this like iced purple cardstock I just added. And it also is fairly generic. Like, I don't know if these are going to be trick or treat pictures yet. So I'm going to choose that one. And I'm going to layer it with some other stickers from the collection. So like, I love this giant haunted house, and sort of goes with our Happy Haunting theme. So I'm wondering, I kind of like the idea of this guy going right here. Right, I've just added a little 3x3 square underneath of there so that I have a little place to journal. And then I am still going to add this Happy Hauntings underneath. And then maybe just a little trio of sparkle stars like in the opposite corner. I like it. So there we have our page. Again, I think I would go back and cut these out in the purple as well, or maybe black to give it a little something different, but I don't like the orange with this. And then here I would probably do maybe even another photo, since I have space to journal and sort of title here. But yeah, that's how that would look. Now, since I've put this little cluster here, I would maybe put another cluster here and here so that I can bring some visual interest all the way across my page. Would you guys keep your layout like this? Or would you turn one side, or would you have arranged it so that they were all sort of like, so the chunky borders were both at the bottom? I mean, both look good, but I was just trying to give us something a little bit different, not so matchy by turning it all the way around. So what did you guys think? Wasn't that super easy? I feel like I say that after a lot of my videos, but that's who I am. I am an easy breezy scrapbooker. I don't want to have to do a whole lot of work to get pages that I enjoy. And guys, I love these pages. I love how simple they are. And I love that I got to use up scraps from a previous project. I think I was making Halloween cards or something for my daughter, but I had cut way too many strips and I was like, ugh. This is a brand new pack of paper. It just came out. How am I gonna? So I'm so glad that I got to use them and they didn't go to waste, because wasting paper is like throwing money out the window, and Homegirl does not have time for that. So anyways, I really like how this came out. I love that pop of color with the little the glitter paper at the bottom. How about you guys? So I haven't decided yet whether I want to mat another photo here. I think it kind of takes away from all of the, you know, the fun stripes and patterns. So originally, I had thought the pages would go like this. But depending upon what I decide to do here, whether or not I mat or not mat, or maybe even leave it blank, I might move this to the other side so that it balances out, and then we just have some emptiness in the wing as opposed to right in the center. Does that make sense to you guys? But yeah, I love this. I even love the little sparkles I threw on the last minute. They're so fun. So I would love to see what you guys create with this. Has anyone been using my scraps videos, and are you mixing and matching scraps? I find that I usually have a bunch of scraps from the same collection because I either was working on a project and I got cut happy or what have you, but I haven't had a chance to mix and match collections really. So I would love to see pictures of you guys doing that. If you have done a project with my Use Your Scraps video, take a picture of it and then head to my social media, either on Instagram. You can post on Instagram and then tag me, or you can visit my Facebook business page and you can post there and tag me, or maybe even post it as a comment underneath of the thumbnail that I post here every Tuesday. So I would love to see. You guys can find those in the links below. And in general, this is the best way to contact me. I am posting daily on social media. There's an easy, handy dandy message button. So if you're trying to get into contact with me, this is the best way. So make sure you guys give me a like and a follow over there. And I'd love to see what you guys are up to. And then if you're looking for more inspiration, check out my other website, my Scrap with Ash site. That is where I'm posting my events. I host in-person and virtual events, so there is something out there for everybody. And last but not least, if there was something in this video that you loved and you just have to have it, make sure you check out my Creative Memories website. You can buy all things Creative Memories, have it shipped straight to you, and that's even where you can look into joining my team. I'm really focusing on growth this year, and I would love to have you grow alongside me. All right, guys, I think that's it for today. This was kind of an easy breezy video. Most of my scrap videos are. So I look forward to hearing all of your comments, and I will see you next week. Bye.